Nugget.
Nuggets with Sharon and Johnny.
So you want to talk about my fucking awakening?
Yeah,
Want to talk about my awakening right now?
yeah.
I am becoming aware in a very and I think this is where the mercy comes from. And I don't want to call it mercy because it makes it sound like I'm God and I'm extending mercy, but it's like, but I am becoming really aware of how white people do not talk about race. Like, there's so many things. Do not talk about race. Don't have to talk about
Mm,
race. Don't know how to talk about race.
yeah,
Are afraid of talking about race. It just it keeps
yeah,
going. It's just like
yeah,
any it's just like it's not there. And I that's been my awakening
yeah.
because I'm just like, oh wait, like my reality, I am so steeped, people talk about especially when someone gets shot. We talk a lot, black people talk a lot about their bodies. And it's because what happens is visceral. We feel it in our like there's a it's different for everybody because the black experience is not monolithic. But for me, it is a chill in the spine. And or like a sadness that's in the gut. It's like and it's we talk about it because it's like it's physical. And so my black body is always thinking about my race, but it's become very aware to me how white people don't it's non-existent for them. It's just like, hello, we are the world. Hi. It's just and I don't know what that's like. And that's for me, I'm just so aware of that. That is my awakening.
Yeah. Wow.
And that is why you are
Yeah.
important because a lot of white people,
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
just,
Yeah. Just yeah. Yeah. Well, and I think you named something really powerful is that I think that so white people, and the sort of all these patriarchal and white supremacist, ways of being is very much about staying in the head. And
and also,
and I,
let me clarify
yeah,
something because I don't want to make it sound, there are varying degrees, like I'm talking, when I specifically talk about anti-racism work, there's many different angles. There's the people in the streets and the lawmakers who are talking about race at police levels
mhm,
and politics and mayors and systems. And I am not talking about those people. I don't, I don't I don't know about anti-racism work in the police academy. Like I kind of, that for me, that's just not that's not where I am because I think they might be lost. I'm talking about, and maybe not. I'm talking about regular people like me and you,
yeah,
like people who walk and breathe and chill and aren't in we're in the system. But when I talk about feeling bad or feeling
right,
mercy
yeah.
for white people, I want to clarify that that mercy does not extend to law enforcement.
Okay, okay, all right,
it,
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, I would love to have that deepness and that empathy for them, but I think after a certain point, I'm just like,
yeah,
you're going to kill
yeah,
me. So I don't know if I want to talk to you.
yeah,
I'm talking to all the other
yeah,
white people. I just want to
yeah,
clarify that
yeah, yeah. No,
because
thank you.
there's an opposite to that. Like you're being obstinate when you kneel on a neck
Yeah,
for 8 minutes and
yeah,
46
yeah,
seconds.
yeah,
There's I'm just like, there's something I think your heart is dead.
yeah,
And I don't think I want to talk to you.
yeah.
I'm talking to all the other people in the world who have working
Yeah.
hearts.
Yeah, 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 totally, yeah, yeah, and that's why, I'm really clear about this, state violence, right? Because that individual had the authority to be able to do that. and that needs to be taken away. There, like, it needs to be removed. And I will not stop this work until state violence against Black bodies. And I mean, it started with Indigenous folks when we first came here, and then with Black folks, with the slavery. Like, these bodies have not been valued as people, right? They have not been held up at the same place. And that's that bias that we talked about, right? Somehow your
Like,
bodies are subservient to our, like, creative and commercial endeavors.
what would imagine a bizarro, crazy world in which a slave owner went and was just like, talked to like a Black slave and was just like, okay, man to man, do you really like this slavery shit? Like, what would that be like? Like, what would that conversation be like?
That would be
Like, the slave would be like,
yeah.
no,
No.
I hate this.
Yeah.
I miss my
What
family.
changes are
I,
you thinking
I
about?
like, no, I hate this. Can we not? Can I get paid? Like, I mean, it's just like,
Yeah. Yeah.
just imagine a world.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Imagine a
Imagine.
world. Yes. Visions. These are the visions. I think, well, and that got me to another vision when you were talking about, well, let me step for a minute. So white people don't think about it. And then when we get called out or we become aware of it, I think we feel that discomfort in our bodies and we don't know what to do with it. So we pop to our heads. And we,
Yeah.
right? And so then we create that distance. And if we can stay in our bodies and sit with that, then we may come to the point where we cannot do anything but change the world, right? Again, what art can do.
Oh,
And then I got this
that's
vision.
the first time.
And
That's the first time I've ever thought about it.
And then I got this vision
It's
of a bunch of white people sitting back and spending that time in our bodies and sorting through this stuff and letting the Black, Indigenous, and people of color lead shit. Go ahead, take the wheel. We got work to do. We're going to figure this stuff out. Let us know how we show up to do the work. And I mean running institutions and governments and legislating and run our corporations, take over.
I've never thought this is, oh my God, I love learning shit. I've never thought about the place of the white body in all of this. I've never thought of it because I don't have to. I
Because
don't know
we
how.
don't.
I'm Black.
Because we also don't,
But
right?
we,
Yeah, we don't think about our
I've never thought about it. So you like immediately intellectualize
body. Oh,
it.
yeah. Oh, and we can unpack, and
Oh.
especially in liberal settings, you were talking real nice about Iowa City folk, and I appreciate that. But a lot of time, folk are just stuck in their heads, and they know how to say the words, and they know the frameworks, and they learn very quickly how to speak the thing so they can seem woke. And again, I don't believe
Ooh.
there's any woke; it's all awakening. But what does it feel like
Yes.
in our
Yes.
body? What do
Can
our
we
bodies
throw that
do?
term in the trash, please? Can we throw that term in the
Yeah,
trash
yeah,
because it's terminal?
yeah.
It's
It's the
finite. It's
perfection.
like I'm awake now.
Yeah.
I'm done. It's just like no awakening.
Yes. I think in
Dreaming.
English grammar there's the perfective and the imperfective. And woke is the perfective
Yes.
past tense, which is both problematic. It's past and it's perfect, not helpful. And awakening is an imperfect. And I love that imperfection. It is all about the imperfection, which is the humility that you were
Oh,
talking
he went grammar in this bitch.
about.
He went grammar. Grammar.
That's because my brother is Dr. Stax. He is an English professor in Denver. And so the power of words, honestly, also in this work, the power of words. We can do so much if we can change around our words because it starts to change around our thinking and understanding.
The
The
body.
body, but
The body.